Hello, beautiful expressions of infinite, unspeakable, infinite love. Help! So, as many of you know, doing this channel has been quite an experience for me. And, the most interesting part, initially this channel was focused on criticizing one particular teacher. And, oh my God, the students and devotees of that teacher um, coming to this channel. And I mean, it was quite the education. Um, and that's simmered down. I'm guessing, I don't know how or why. I'm guessing the word from above um, to stop that. But now I've got another phenomena. It's not happening a lot, but now I have spiritual people coming by and giving me advice. So let's take a look. This one came in a couple weeks ago, and okay. There are loving thoughts or attack thoughts. What do you think Ramana would say about your endeavor here? I agree with your comments. I notice an obsession with challenging blankety blank, particular teacher. I'm not focusing on any one teacher anymore, but I was challenging blanky blank. The obsession is negative. You can spend a lifetime challenging illusion, or you can orient to what is true. Wow, isn't that spiritual? So first of all, there are loving thoughts or attack thoughts. So that's from A Course in Miracles, a very interesting Vedanta text. And so that's this person's roundabout way of saying, hey, what you're doing is attack thoughts. There have certainly been some attack thoughts in there. Mostly what I'm doing is just stating what's true, what Adi Shankara and Ramana Maharshi taught, and that what most Neo-Advaita teachers is teaching is in contradiction, complete contradiction, or almost complete contradiction to that. If that's an attack thought, we're in trouble. If stating a fact is an attack thought, the world's, well, any teaching that says stating a fact is an attack thought is problematic. Now, certainly, I have gotten in. I've sometimes lost my cool with people who've come to this channel, and but you guys haven't even seen all the stuff I put up with. I had to delete a bunch of comments. There were racist comments about Muji. There was crazy stuff. Oops, I said. There were racist comments. There were, oh, this spiritual teacher is sleeping with his students because it's a tantric ritual. There's been nonsense. Um, what do you think Ramana would say about your endeavors here? So this is passive aggressive behavior. So instead of saying what this person thinks Ramana would say, is just going to basically kind of try and send some negative juju my way. Like, Ramana wouldn't approve of this, but instead of just, directly stating, hey, I don't think Ramana Maharshi would like this very much, it kind of just becomes this twisted little word game. I agree with your comments. Oh, thanks. I noticed an obsession with challenging blah, blah, blah. The teacher, well, I mean, there were moments where I felt obsessed. I would say I was more on fire, and I was using this particular teacher as an example. Was it an obsession? I mean, also, if it was, the obsession's over. It's funny, until I saw this person's comment, I hadn't thought about that teacher in a long time. So you're projecting. The obsession is negative. Well, if it was actually happened, if I was actually obsessed, yeah, it would be negative. And there's a big difference between obsession and devotion, and they can look the same. And sure, there were moments where I was definitely obsessed, and there were many more moments where I was devoted. And your judgment that it was obsession and not devotion, that's an attack thought. I know the Course. You can spend a lifetime challenging illusion, or you can orient to what is true. Well, I'm not spending a lifetime challenging illusion. Um, and, according to Adi Shankara, the founder of Advaita Vedanta, he says that before you even practice self inquiry, there are certain prerequisites that one needs to have. And that's to discern the capacity to discern between what is real and what is not real. So I feel like that's more what I was doing is making these videos was actually just really clarifying for me the places where Neo-Advaita teachers were, missing the mark, and the places where traditional Advaita Vedanta was really right on. That's not to say I always did it with perfect civility. Um, So this is why I don't really have conversations with spiritual people much anymore. They don't actually say what they're thinking. So again, this person opened with, there are loving thoughts or attack thoughts. So instead of saying like, hey, I think you're doing attack thoughts, they like quote a teaching and then just like leave it there. And then the same thing. What do you think Ramana would say about your endeavor here? What would Ramana say? Well, I think Ramana would thank me, and I think Ramana would ask me to, to be a little more polite, and to focus less on specific teachers, and maybe focus more on inappropriate behavior for spiritual teachers without naming the teacher. That's my guess. Probably what Ramana would do is initially just say nothing and look me right in the eyes. I notice an obsession with challenging blah, 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 this particular teacher. The obsession is negative. The obsession's over, dude. Although it seems you're obsessed with my previous obsession, again, this is what this channel is all about. The spiritual world, the modern spiritual world is a mess. And here is a prime example. And this compared to some of the other feedback I got, the devotees of the particular teacher I was challenging, in terms of like twistedness and lack of clarity, like this is nothing. This is like a little itch. Whereas some of the other comments were just like, oh my god, yeah, pretty nutty. You can let's close. We'll close with Ramana, but let's just look at this in a moment. You can spend a lifetime challenging illusion, or you can orient to what is true. So here's someone showing up at this channel trying to be a spiritual teacher for me, offering me advice that I don't actually need. Making these videos really helped me to discern the difference between true Vedanta and false Vedanta. I'm not saying I did the videos perfectly. There's not things in hindsight, I would have done differently. And this person is right that there were certainly moments where I was obsessed. But here's modern spirituality. Not saying what you're really thinking, quoting spiritual texts, sort of twisted dynamics. What would Ramana say? And then imagining things to be true that aren't, and then offering unsolicited advice. It's a mess out there, friends. So let's close. What would Ramana say? I think that's what he would say. And to this person who posted that. And you might want to read the Course. The Course actually says that that's not how you teach. You don't teach by correcting people. The correction is something you do inside of you, and then you extend love. If you want to read the Course, I highly recommend it.